You've seen the footage. Cars swallowed whole, homes drifting away like leaves in a current. Families clinging to rooftops, waiting, hoping, wondering if help will come in time. In May and June 2025, the United States faces one of its most devastating flood seasons in decades.
Record-breaking flood events.
In Texas alone, over 50,000 people were displaced. Entire neighborhoods vanished beneath a tide of chaos. And it didn't stop there. Kentucky, Arkansas, Florida, even New York hit hard by relentless rain and rivers that refused to stay in their banks. Some call it historic, others call it terrifying. And as the waters rose, so did the fear. People lost everything, not just possessions, but their sense of stability, their home, their routine, their peace of mind, gone, drowned in silence. But if you've ever grown up Caribbean, you know this feeling quite well. You know what it's like to board up your house with shaking hands and hope that the zinc roof holds. You know how to store water in every bucket, pan, or old juice bottles you can find. You've watched coconut floating in the streets like message from a broken tree. You've walked barefoot through mud because the slippers couldn't make it. But here's a twist. You're still here because in the Caribbean, storms are not just weather. They're teachers. They teach you to be ready, to move fast, to hold tight. They teach you what matters and what doesn't. And maybe most of all, they teach you something that can't be washed away. Resilience. But here's where it gets deeper. In the US, where everything feels big and permanent, the breakdown hits harder because nobody expects the ground to vanish beneath their feet. But in the Caribbean, you grow up learning that one night can change everything and you adapt. You see, the Caribbean don't only just survive storms. We sing through them. We cook through them. We light candles, boil dumpling, and tell stories while the wind howls outside like an angry spirit. We don't wait for perfect conditions. We make do. We turn blackout time into bonding time. We turn flood water into wisdom. And when the storm passes, we sweep, we clean, we rebuild again and again. So while the world watches America's floods and asks, how will they ever come back from this? We already know the answer. You come back one pot, one prayer, one neighbor at a time. And this is where the Caribbean secrets begin to show. Because while the media shows the destruction, while social media feeds are filled with loss, panic, and pain,
we've already seen catastrophic damage.
You're not seeing the other side of the storm. You're not seeing the strength that rises underneath it. You're not seeing the neighbor who gave up a dry mattress for an elder who needed it. You're not seeing the mother cooking over a fire pit with flood water at her knees, still making sure her children eat. You're not seeing the hands rebuilding a roof with nothing but nails, faith, and 2 borrowed hammers. That's the Caribbean spirit, not the sunshine, not the beaches, but the unbreakable spirit to rise. Even when everything is soaked, broken, or gone. You might lose your home, but don't lose your hope. And that's what people in the US need right now. Because survival isn't just about FEMA or government aid. It's about your mindset, your will to keep going, to smile when everything in you wants to scream. And in the Caribbean, we've mastered that. We've survived floods that never made the news. Hurricanes that spun names into our memories like tattoos. Gilbert, Ivan, Dorian, Elsa, not cartoons, not Tom and Jerry. Storms that came for blood and left silence. But we're still here. You're still here. And the world, especially those going through it now, need to hear this. It's okay to cry, but don't collapse. It's okay to rest, but don't retreat. It's okay to feel broken, but don't stop rebuilding. The flood might have taken your furniture, but not your future. It might have drowned your car, but not your courage. It might have soaked your clothes, but your soul is still dry, still burning. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Storms always pass, but what stays is what you've become because of them. So here's how Caribbean people bounce back, and you can too. Start small. Rebuild one corner at a time, even if it's just cleaning your shoes. The act of starting is everything. 2, feed your spirit. Never stop praying. Hum a hymn. Hold on to something sacred. 3, laugh through the pain. Caribbean people will make a joke in the midst of chaos. Why? Because laughter resets the nervous system. Even one giggle can remind you, I'm still here, I'm still alive. Thank God. And don't wait for help, become it. The government might be slow, but your neighbor, your community, that's your real lifeline. And share what you have. And one more, keep a routine. It may sound silly, but sweeping your yard, boiling your tea, or lighting that same candle every night gives you back a sense of control. You know what really hurts after a disaster? It's not just the stuff you lost. It's the feeling of, will I ever feel normal again? But Caribbean Strength says no. You won't go back to normal because you're building something better, something stronger, something wiser, something stormproof, even if it leaks a little. Because strength isn't about avoiding floods. It's about knowing that even if the river rises, you'll rise above it. You'll learn to swim, you'll learn to float. And when the water finally recedes, you'll be the one pulling others to safety. And never forget that the storm doesn't get the final word. Your faith does. So whether you're in New York, Arkansas, Florida, Texas, or deep in the Caribbean hills, that faith is what ties us all together. The Caribbean taught us how to weather life storms. Now maybe, just maybe, we can teach the world. If you've ever survived a hurricane, flood, or storm, drop a "I'm a survivor" in the comments. Let people know we're still standing and they will be too. Because remember, it's not just a destination, it's the journey. God bless.